After completing the task of giving birth, the girl finally returned to the modern era, but was forcibly summoned back by her 7 beast husbands and children. Unbeknownst to her, those beast husbands had long since darkened. It was all just to make her stay forever in the beast world. That each one pretended to be pure and harmless to keep her happy. Behind the scenes, they had long been fighting for the position of the main husband, causing upheaval throughout the beast world. The children, not wanting to be abandoned again, actually severed her connection with the system directly. This time, it seems there's no escape at all. As soon as she landed, she saw a pitiful little snake tied into a dead knot, hanging in the air, waiting to be devoured by eagles. Little did she know, that was the very snake child she had abandoned. A year ago, the girl was forcibly dragged to the beast world by the system. If she didn't give birth, she would die. To survive, she forcibly contracted with top beast husbands from 7 major races, gave birth to 7 children in a row within half a year, finally returned to the modern era after completing the task. The first thing the girl did was frantically stockpile supplies, packing her 200 cubic meter personal space full. Even if she were to travel to ancient times or an apocalyptic world again, she would have the means to protect herself. But she never expected to be sent back to the beast world. And her snake child was on the verge of death, because the mother was unknown and the father didn't want him, and he couldn't transform into human form. Shi Yang turned into a disabled stray beastman, suffering from tribal exclusion and abuse. The only one who was kind to him was the little white fox named Hu Qi, who not only gave him the precious witch medicine, and even gave him meat to eat. Even though he himself was starving, his father was also seriously ill and difficult to cure. But it's said that 5 years ago, Hu Bai was still the most handsome male in Stone Village, and had many female suitors, but was forcibly defiled by outsider female. After giving birth to little Hu Qi, she then sold them for the price of 3 animal hides to the village chief as slaves. Later, it was Hu Bai himself who gathered enough animal hides to buy his freedom. A defiled male would no longer be wanted by any female, especially since his health was poor, and he was dragging along a little burden. In the end, the father and son were marginalized by the tribe. Hu Qi also frequently faced mockery and bullying from the fox cubs of Stone Village. So, to repay a debt of gratitude, Shi Yang decided to go into the forest to hunt a young, long-eared beast, but was caught by 3 little fox beastmen and tied into a knot, bound tightly to a tree with vines to be fed to the eagles. Even as he struggled until his scales fell off, he did not give up hope of living. But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't break free. He looked despairingly at the sky, thinking that he probably shouldn't have been born into this world. The next second, a beautiful female suddenly appeared in the tree. Nana, who had just been eating hot pot, was completely bewildered. Shi Yang was stunned. It was the first time he had seen such a beautiful female. After snapping back to reality, he immediately screamed in the direction of the tiger cubs. "The female is a precious female. Hurry back and save her." Although the girl couldn't understand, she also recognized him as a snake beastman. "Old heaven, I'm back in the beast world again. Damn it," she called out twice for the system, but got no response. Shi Yang was so anxious she frantically wriggled her body. "Eagle's coming, pretty sister, run quick." Nana analyzed its body language, then looked up. It was 2 fierce hawks. She quickly pulled out a small knife from her space, swiftly cut the vine holding Shi Yang. Then, holding the little snake, quickly climbed down. While running, she didn't forget to untie the snake knot. The 2 hawks swooped down. She nimbly dodged to the side, flipped the bird at the 2 hawks. "Look clearly before you act. I'm your damn grandma." The hawk's eyes grew even fiercer. Shi Yang didn't understand why the pretty sister was provoking them, though he thought that little Yanger still found sister's attitude really cool. He quickly coiled around her arm. Copying the pretty sister's manner, he flicked his tongue at the hawks, acting tough. Then Nana pulled out a Gatling firework from her space, calmly lit the fuse, lifted the firework tube, aimed at the hawks. You bastards, eat this. Seeing this kind of lethal weapon for the first time, Shi Yang fearfully burrowed into Sister's embrace. The two hawks were also scared, flying around in panic. They even scared the fox cubs not far away, making them shit themselves. Holding their pee and poop, they ran all the way home. After they were safe, Nana stared intently at the little snake. Shi Yang also tilted her little head dumbly. A natural sense of closeness made them involuntarily want to get closer. The girl remembered her last beast husband. He was a black snake beastman similar to him. She wasn't originally into such extreme tastes, but after that snake took a liking to her, he pursued her relentlessly. He even trapped her in a cave, not letting her leave. The life countdown given by the system was about to end. She had no choice but to accept him. After laying a snake egg, she finally left the beast world and returned to Earth. She thought that when that snake returned from hunting and saw she wasn't in the cave, he would surely go mad. Little Shi Yang happily flicked his tongue. Beautiful big sister, thank you for saving me. Little one, I can't understand what you're saying, but you are very cute. Can you transform into a human form? He suddenly drooped down, hanging his head and shaking it. Nana, being a veterinarian, had her professional habit act up again. She pinched the little snake's body from top to bottom. The final diagnosis was malnutrition. If slowly nursed back to health later, he could transform into a human form. Little Yanger looked up incredulously. Really? After receiving the beautiful sister's confirmation, he immediately became spirited. He must eat properly from now on. Then he wouldn't be a little disabled one. At the same time, in a damp cave on the edge, Hu Qi was giving his father beast water to drink. He once heard his aunt say, his kind mother was a vicious and scummy female. The father beast who lost his support is dragging his sick body to hunt and raise him. Since the last time it rained, the father beast has been coughing. Now, he has a high fever of 90 degrees. Hu Qi is very afraid that the father beast will leave him. Aki, don't worry. Father beast is fine. I'm just a little tired. As he spoke, Hu Bai feebly fell asleep. Hu Qi's heart ached, his eyes turning red. He grabbed the last animal hide in the house and quickly ran towards the shaman's house. Great shaman, my father beast is even more seriously ill. Please save him. The fox demon sighed helplessly. I already went with you to see him yesterday. Your father beast has had a high fever for 5 days. I'm afraid he cannot be saved. And even if I wanted to save him, the medicinal herbs I have are not enough. Please tell me what kind of shamanic medicine it is. I will go pick it in the mountains. Yulio Hu looked at him in surprise. A young beast cub entering the forest is undoubtedly like a sheep entering a tiger's den. I know, but Father Beast is my only family left. Yulio Hu reluctantly agreed. I'll tell you what the medicinal herb looks like. But you must know. If you cannot find the herb before tonight, your father, Beast, will be beyond help. As soon as the words fell, Hu Qi quickly ran towards the forest over there. Nana was happily feeding with a ham. A water-blue little snake poked out its small head. Munch, eating quickly. The sky grew dark. The forest at night is the most dangerous. She had to find a way to find a tribe to settle in. Shi Yang pointed at the fox tribe. The direction of the tribe. Are you saying there's a tribe nearby? The little blue snake nodded repeatedly. Can we get there tonight? The little snake shook its head. She then decided to spend the night in the forest first. After all, she had previously been with the system, had a lot of experience. The sky was completely dark. Hu Qi, holding several witch herbs, ran in panic. In the urgency of the moment, he tripped and fell. His knee was injured. He only whimpered a couple of times, but still refused to give up the herbs. Continued to run with a limp. Nana, who was just about to drink chicken soup, heard the howling of wolves not far away. Xiang also faintly heard Huqi's voice. Sniffed again. It was Huqi's scent. But isn't he the fox cub from Stone Village? How did he get into the forest? Xiang anxiously flicked her tongue, tugged at her sister's skirt, pulling her towards the tree. Wolves can't climb trees. You go hide in the tree first. Huqi is my friend. I want to save him. Who knew the next second? She was suddenly picked up by her, climbed up the tree to observe the surroundings. The moonlight was bright. They saw a pack of wolves chasing a little white fox. The little fox's leg was injured. It looked like it was about to be done for. Your friend? Xiang nodded quickly in panic. Don't worry, little snake. We did this. Huqi lost all his strength. He was going to die. Father Beast was also going to die. Is this the end? He hated that he was too small, unable to protect Father Beast. Huqi, over here, over here. Hearing a familiar voice, he immediately looked up. The little blue snake wagged its tail at him. Follow me and run. Huqi, as if grabbing a life-saving straw, asked nothing, followed the little blue snake and ran. The hungry wolves chased closely. Jump over. Huqi leaped up. After jumping over, he tumbled. His legs hurt, and he cried out twice. At that moment, Nana scooped him up and held him in her arms. Xiang also immediately scurried onto her shoulder to look around. Sure enough, these wolves had fallen into the trap she had set early on. She had prepared this pit when she decided to spend the night in the forest, just in case any reckless beasts wanted to cause trouble. Nana casually stroked the fox fur. Compared to the foxes she treated at the pet hospital, it felt more comfortable to stroke. The little fox cub raised its head to look at her. It couldn't help but remind her of that beautiful white fox male. He claimed to be a shaman apprentice. His face was painted with beast-mark totems using colored clay, making it hard to see his true appearance. He had a unique, fragile, and broken beauty. While dancing the shaman dance of the fox tribe, he seductively and affectionately clung to her. Mistress, Nana snapped back to reality. Little one, you were scared, weren't you? Xiang told him it was the pretty sister who saved you. Pretty sister, yo. I like this title. But we still can't relax yet. Nana held the two little beast cubs and climbed up the tree. A few minutes later, the big tree was shaken by the pack of wolves bumping it with their heads. Nana took out 20 large bags of dog food from her space, poured it down as if it were free. The wild wolves swarmed forward after smelling the fragrance, especially the wolf king, who pushed aside the skinny gray wolf next to him, shoved it away to feast heartily. Even Huqi couldn't help but sniff. What is this? Smells so good. After the wolf pack was eating the dog food and no longer wanted to bother them, she then took the two cubs and climbed down the tree. Unhurriedly started drinking chicken soup to the side. Huqi was both wary of the wolf pack and afraid of the fire in front of him. Seeing him nervous, Nana scooped a spoonful of chicken soup for him. Eat this. You'll like it. Huqi turned into human form, carefully accepted it. After taking a taste, immediately, his eyes lit up. Also fed Xiang a couple of mouthfuls. After they finished drinking, Nana took out a huge shovel from her space. Which one is the wolf king? Step forward. The strongest wild wolf growled twice. I want to challenge you. The two little cubs were shocked. She actually dares to initiate a wolf king challenge against the wolf king. Pretty sister, you have to be careful. Don't worry, saying. She felt the strength in her hands. After completing the life and death mission before, the system rewarded her with superhuman strength. Cracking a table was an easy task. With just a loud thud, she used only 30% of her strength and knocked out this wild wolf king. The entire wolf pack retreated in shock. The cubs were also astonished. Beautiful sister, how are you so strong? It didn't take long. The wolf king shook its head and woke up as expected, assuming a submissive posture. The other gray wolves followed suit. Nana was very satisfied. From now on, you're my little wolf follower. Although I won, I don't want your position as Wolf King. After saying that, she took out 5 bags of dog food from her space. Big sister's greeting gift for you all. Find a place to hide it. Eat it only when you're extremely hungry in the future. The Wolf King nodded, very humanly. The deal was done. Nana whistled. This is the sound I'll use to call you in the future. The Wolf King and the pack howled in response. Good dog. After resolving the crisis, Hu-Ki was in a hurry to get home before dawn. Little one, your family actually let a small cub like you enter the forest in the middle of the night. Where are your father and mother? Hu-Ki felt a bit awkward. He didn't answer. Beautiful sister, thank you for saving me. I really have to go back now. Wait, the girl picked up the 2 cubs and rode on the wolf's back. Let little Hu-Ki lead the way. She took him home herself. After arriving at the destination, she found this village looked somewhat familiar. Actually, she and her fox beast husband did not meet in this village. She had only come once, when sending the beast husband home. But because of the countdown from the childbirth system, she could only hurriedly leave some food and animal hides before leaving. However, all villages look quite similar, so Nana didn't recognize it. Dawn is almost breaking. Go quickly and deliver the medicine to your father. Beast. The little fox kit was reluctant. Looking back 3 times with every step, he eventually ran quickly back to the village. At this time, many beastmen were gathered in Hubai's cave. One was his sister, Hu Yue. The other was the village chief's daughter, Hu Zi. Hubai forced his weak body to sit up. In the middle of the night, why have you all come to my home? You're almost dead. And that female master is nowhere to be seen. If you had chosen me back then, life would never have turned out like this. I was the one who pursued her. She didn't fancy me. Are you crazy? Even now, you're still thinking about that wild female? She loved you and left you. What is so good about her? I have never regretted liking her. And I have never regretted being with her. All of you, leave. Hu Yue tried to persuade him, saying that if brother just agrees to Hu Zi, the village chief will help him find medicine to treat his body. And with Hu-Ki, he would gain the clan's protection. Hu Bai refused again. At this moment, little Hu-Ki struggled through the crowd and threw herself into his arms, calling, Daddy. Seeing that his child had returned, Hu Bai curled up a smile. He could see her likeness in Hu-Ki's brows and eyes. Sister, it's impossible for me to sever the companion bond on me. This is my last memory or thought of her. As for Hu-Ki, after I die, let him join your family. For the sake of our sibling bond, please help me raise him, will you? Hu-Ki cried out. He has medicine. He gathered herbs and came back. We don't need to join another family. Daddy doesn't need to suffer grievances. You went to gather herbs? He was incompetent. To have made his mere 5-year-old child go up the mountain deep at night to gather herbs for him. If Aki had encountered danger, what would he have done then? Silly child, Father Beast is fine. Won't die. Don't do such dangerous things in the future. Little Hu-Ki kept crying. You're lying. You just told Aunt you were going to die. I don't want to go with Aunt. I just want to be with you. All of you, go. Our family doesn't need you. Hu Zi said angrily. This is your last chance. Don't regret it. He still refused Hu Zi. After they had all left, little Hu-Ki gave the Isitis root to Daddy. Daddy, don't be afraid. We have medicine. Hu Bai feebly raised his head, placed it in his mouth, chewed it up and swallowed. Thank you, Aki. At the same time, Nana was taken to a cave by the Wolf King. The she-wolf had a difficult birth. She urgently performed a cesarean section. All 6 wolf pups were born safely. But for some reason, Nana's right eyelid kept twitching. I'm a little worried about little Lucky. Let's go find him. The fox mark inside her clothes dimmed, indicating that her fox tribe beast husband was in life-threatening danger. But she didn't notice. When they arrived at Huki's cave, the sound of low sobbing could be heard. She quickly walked inside, saw two fox tribe beastmen inside, one big and one small. Huki realized it was the pretty older sister, subconsciously pounced and hugged her. Why are you crying? I'm going to lose my father beast. Nana looked towards the stone bed, saw a male snow fox lying quietly on the stone. She quickly took a stethoscope from her space, placed one end against his chest, quickly diagnosed it as severe pneumonia, needed and 4 drip. She took out the antibiotics, glucose, and medical supplies for the 4 drip, took everything out. After Huki found a large tree branch, Nana disinfected Hubai's hand, set up the 4 drip, hung the 3rd bottle. While the 4 was dripping, the male's finger twitched. Hubai slowly opened his eyes. A beautiful figure came into view before him. It was the person he had been thinking about day and night for 5 years. Is it a dream? Nana waved her hand in front of his eyes. Awake. Hubai narrowed his eyes. It seems he is awake. Delirious. Seeing that the rich beast was finally awake, little Huki rushed over, crying and sobbing. Daddy, you're finally awake. Hubai's eyes suddenly widened. It's not a dream. Hey! He really has been made stupid by the fever. Don't move around. Nana put on the stethoscope properly, placed it on his chest, listening carefully to the lung sounds. Hubai's whole body was stiff. What is she doing? What is that on his chest? She is touching him. Hubai grabbed her wrist with his large hand, stopping her from continuing to touch him. Nana was also taken aback for a moment, suddenly realizing something. He let go of her hand in a bit of a panic. Sorry. Don't move the hand with the 4 around. It's a little better, but not completely better. Hubai lay with his eyes open. Although the person is alive, he is actually already dead inside. Nana looked at Huki in confusion. Little Lucky, is your father usually this stupid? Could he really have been made stupid by the fever? No, my father isn't stupid. Maybe he just woke up. He'll be fine in a moment. Hubai endured in silence and did not correct her. During the interval when Nana went out to get some air, he learned about the course of events through a key. Just wanted to sit up, but was stopped by Huki. The pretty sister said you can't move. You actually listened to her. Paused, then changed his words. You actually like her. His tone still carried a hint of soreness. He slowly sat up, looked around. Is there anything that can cover my face? Huki was confused by her father acting out of the ordinary. Why cover your face? Hubai let out a long sigh, said somewhat anxiously, shouldn't have been seen by her. Just as he was speaking, Nana walked in. Though her pace wasn't slow, in the male's eyes, it formed a slow-motion sequence. He held her hand while pulling out the needle, then pressed down with the tape, stuck the cotton ball on. Apply pressure for a few minutes, and it'll be fine. Hubai was stunned for a little while, then suddenly remembered, pulled out his hand to apply pressure. You're pressing so hard. Aren't you afraid it'll bruise? Nana glanced at him and murmured. On the originally somewhat fragile-looking young male, suddenly, there was a bit more vivid energy. Seemed a little embarrassed. By the way, in your tribe, is there any priest apprentice who can dance? He's a beastman like you. A white fox. Hubai clenched his fist, shook his head. Haven't heard of any. Not long after daybreak, village chief Hushin found his daughter. How's the mission? Hubai is still the same as ever. He simply doesn't want a mother. I am the best-looking female in Stone Village. What male could I not have? Why should I cling to him? Moreover, he was once abandoned and sold by a female. He almost became a beast slave. Hu Xin got angry. I stood by and watched him die without saving him. all to create conditions for you to get him. In the beast world, when a beast awakens its bloodline, beast marks appear on its face. The more marks, the stronger it is. And bloodlines are divided into ordinary, high, and ancient. In the fox tribe, the higher the bloodline, the more handsome the appearance. And Hu-Bai is the only inheritor of the ancient bloodline in Stone Village. Not only that, Hu-Bai's female master never sold him. In fact, to ensure Hu-Bai and his son lived well, she even gave many things and entrusted her to take care of Hu-Bai. The foolish woman only then remembered. It wasn't until Hu-Bai confirmed he had been sold by his female master that he suddenly became dejected. From then on, he never smiled again. Once, when she passed by his cave, she actually saw him using his claws to scratch the totem, as if he wanted to destroy it, but was unwilling and reluctant. Later, it became his bitter obsession, recalling the past days they spent together. Because of his ancient bloodline, after reaching adulthood, he had to wear the family priest attire for 3 months. After it ended, he could remove the makeup and become his true self, and tell Nana his name. But when he woke up, she was gone. And she even sold him and his father. Since that's the case, why should he tell her? Hu-Bai watched her departing figure. Was she leaving again? Abandoning him and his father once more? Hu-Qi nervously explained for his father. Pretty sister, my father is just like this. He's particularly cold towards all females. It's not targeted at you. Please don't misunderstand. He just told me to repay your kindness. Nana rubbed Hu-Qi's little head. A she-wolf just gave birth to cubs. I need to go check on them these next few days. Then will you come back? Your father needs intravenous drips for 5 consecutive days. I won't leave during these 5 days. After hearing their conversation, Hu-Bai's clenched heart loosened a bit. Qi hopped back to the cave. Daddy, I'm going to the village to get the meat. He looked in the direction the girl left, said that she likes cooked food, then got up to go gather wood in the forest. The little one was puzzled. How does Daddy know the pretty sister likes cooked food? Forget it, no use thinking about it. When he arrived at Stone Village to collect the meat, he only received some beast bones and offal. Uncle, did you make a mistake? I usually get good meat. Is your father dead or not? If he's dead, then you can get good meat. Little Hu-Qi was so angry, his fur puffed up. Your father is the one who's dead. After hearing this, Wu-Hu became furious. The fist smashed directly toward him. Yet the next second, it was fiercely grabbed by another large hand. Apologize to Hu-Qi, or I'll break one of your arms. This remark made the other beastmen roar with laughter. They were about to step forward to pressure Hu-Bai, but were suddenly stopped by Wu-Hu. Sorry, the voice was too soft, I didn't hear it clearly. Wu-Hu shouted sorry with a powerful, resonant voice, and immediately knelt down and kowtowed, repeating the apology incessantly. The other beastmen were completely bewildered. Wu-Hu, what's wrong with you? You all shut up for me. Seeing Hu-Bai bend down to pick up the bones and offal, he hurriedly presented a large piece of good meat with both hands. Lord Hu-Bai, please take this good piece of meat. No need, she likes to eat these. Hu-Qi was both excited and puzzled. He actually apologized to me? Hu-Bai smiled gently. Father Beast scared him. Then why didn't we take the good meat? Because of your pretty sister. She really likes to eat these. Father, how did you know that? I didn't even know. Hu-Bai fell silent for a moment, handed the meat in his hand to him. I guessed, Qi. You clean these up. I'll go gather some more firewood. After the father and son left, Wu-Hu warned the other beastmen, don't provoke Hu-Bai from now on. Captain, are you mistaken? Hu-Bai doesn't even have a beast mark. His combat power is probably about the same as a wild beast's. Look, every time he hunts, he's always the last one. And he can only hunt Ku beasts. What are you afraid of? Without personally experiencing the intimidation and pressure Hubei exerts, no one can understand the fear he felt at that time. The moment their eyes met, the pressure was like a massive mountain crashing down. He felt as if all the bones in his body were being crushed inch by inch. It was too terrifying. Even the salmon beast warrior never gave him such pressure. Woohoo could only explain. But you all shouldn't forget either. Whenever he goes hunting, he never returns empty-handed. On the other side, on her way back, Nana discovered a large amount of tea tree mushrooms. She was just about to pick them, but was stopped by little Shi Yan. Beastmen will die if they eat this. Nana roughly understood what he meant to say. Don't worry, not only can this be eaten, it's especially delicious. We'll dry them in the sun later and store them as dried goods. When she returned home and fanned the fire, a rich bone soup aroma actually wafted over. Nana lifted the pot lid with some surprise. It smells so good. Huki, did you make this? Huki ran over holding a stone bowl. This was made by me and Father Beast together. My Father Beast said. Females have delicate bodies. If we don't cook it with fire, they can easily get sick after eating. But he hasn't seen other females eat like this. Maybe other villages use fire to cook. At this time, Hubei returned carrying the chopped beast innards. After seeing Nana, his face suddenly turned cold. Huki quickly trotted over. Father Beast, the pretty sister is here. Don't keep a cold face. Can you smile, please? After saying this, she pulled her father to sit down by the hearth. After the soup was heated, Hubei took out another stone pot. He stir-fried all the beast innards with salt. When Nana took out the tea tree mushrooms, he just glanced at them and then knew what to do. The two little ones, full and content, became sleepy. Huki transformed into her beast form. Coiling up beside the fire, Xiang snuggled up closely with her, affectionate. Hubei served Nana a bowl of soup. The girl took it and thanked him. It seems you are very skilled at preparing food like this. Did your female owner also like to eat it this way? Hubei slowly nodded. Then she was quite fortunate. The man paused slightly, then tentatively asked, Then, are you fortunate? She was puzzled for a moment, then began to think about this question. Fortunate? On Earth, she had family, career, and friends. She didn't understand why she had been transported here again. What was the meaning of it? After observing her expression, Hubei also froze slightly. Then he responded to Nana's earlier statement. She might not be very fortunate. In the eyes of this male who was very cold towards her, Nana actually glimpsed a trace of heartache for her. But this look in his eyes flashed by in an instant. Perhaps it was just an illusion. After she finished eating, Hubei took the bowl to the nearby river to wash it. Nana stayed behind to be responsible for putting out the fire. Then she carried the cubs back into the cave to sleep. When Hubei returned, he saw her, deep in thought, next to the cave entrance. What are you thinking about? Thinking about how to sleep tonight. There aren't any snakes here, right? Oh, there are. There's a small snake right in the cave. Listening to her talk to herself, Hubei found it inexplicably funny. His gaze softened a bit. Sleep inside the cave. Don't worry, I am a male who has a mate. I won't do anything to you. Then what about you? I'll be outside the cave. I am a fox, beastman. I have thick fur. I'm not afraid of the cold. Nana was both angry and amused. You are seriously ill right now. Besides, I'm a guest. How could I possibly take the host's cave? Hubei gave her no room for refusal. This matter is not up for discussion. She and the cubs will be inside the cave. He will keep watch outside the cave. Only this way can he protect her properly. The cold wind won't reach her, nor will wild beasts. Nor can they harm her. Nana protested. You're so fierce. All right then. I'll stay in the cave. Hubei let out a deep breath, went back into the cave, and laid out the last animal hide for Nana. All these years, he should have kept more hides at home. Then it wouldn't have come to this, where she arrived and had no hides to use. Nana obediently lay down. These conditions are already very good. Look, this animal hide is very large. I just roll it up slightly like this. And it can cover the navel. Actually, she has sleeping bags and blankets in her space. But amidst such warm hospitality, how could she possibly say it? The next morning, when she woke up, the girl had just gotten up. When he came in with a basin of clean water for washing up, Nana was somewhat surprised. Actually, most female beast-type beings aren't that particular, let alone brushing teeth and washing up in the morning. But Hu Bai seemed to be able to discern her habits. Nana prepared the medicine and tools, pointed the temperature gun at his forehead to measure. You have a low-grade fever. Yet you insisted on sleeping outside the cave. Don't you know you're unwell? He said nothing. Only when preparing for the fur drip did he finally speak. Aren't you going to stick that thing on my chest today? You mean the stethoscope? Hu Bai didn't speak, just looked up at her. Weren't you unhappy when I auscultated you yesterday? So I skipped that step. Oh, it's not needed? That's not it either. If we can listen, we should listen. Auscultation is good. It allows the doctor to better understand the physical condition. Then why aren't you listening? Nana was bewildered. The male before her is a widower. If she isn't careful, she might end up with some bad reputation. Not listening is also acceptable. Then why did you listen yesterday? Today was yesterday. Today is today. Hu Bai had just started to get up to question her and was directly pressed back down by her. Don't move around. I still have to go out after the injection. Hu Bai could only lean back against the headboard, letting her do as she pleased. When the girl prepared to leave, Hu Bai also followed out carrying the fur drip. Are you coming back today? Blood directly flowed back into the fur tube. His eyes were still icy cold, as if carrying a bit of resentment, as if he had loved and then abandoned her. Oh dear, my ancestor. She hurriedly pushed Hu Bai back into the cave. Ray hung the fur drip properly. I'll leave after you finish the drip. I have some things to go out and handle. Also can't guarantee if I'll come to your place again. Hu Bai's face immediately turned grim. One look, and you could tell he was angry again. She quietly reminded him, getting angry often isn't good for your health. Hu Bai turned his head away, not looking at her. Like an angry little wife. This male is quite interesting. Where is your female master? Why aren't you and a key with her? She didn't want us. We were abandoned. Nana was astonished. Such a handsome husband. Such a beautiful little fairy child. Just discarded them like that. Have you considered taking a key to find her? Hu Bai stared intently into her eyes. Obviously, she was the one who didn't want me first. Why should I take the initiative to go to her? The two remained silent for a long time. After finishing the fur drip, Nana, as usual, took little Shi Yang to the Wolf King's cave. But they were suddenly caught in heavy rain, trapped in the forest. Unbeknownst to them, at this very moment, Hu Bai and his son stood at the cave entrance like stones, forgetting their wives. Father Beast, the pretty sister said she might not come tonight. Hu Qi reached out his hand to catch the rain. The light rainy season has arrived. It seems the pretty sister can't make it back. She went deep into the forest. Hu Bai immediately panicked. The forest is so dangerous. How can a female go into the forest alone? He had just taken a step forward, but immediately retracted his foot. He saw Nana slowly walking from afar. Pretty sister, he said. The little one rushed over. Nana crouched down and caught the little cub in a full embrace. Why are you in such a hurry? Afraid I'd run away? Father Beast and I have been waiting for you for a long time. He turned to look at the cave entrance, but there was no sign of Father Beast. It's raining outside, so I've come to trouble you again. You're very welcome. Little Hu Qi pulled her toward their cave. Pretty sister, You can stay as long as you want. Father Beast and I both like you very much. Just as they reached below the rocky ledge, they heard a voice that seemed unwelcoming. Didn't you say you weren't coming back tonight? Why did you come back? Nana was awkwardly rooted to the spot. Huki furrowed his little brows. Daddy, what are you doing? The pretty sister is my savior. Can't you be a little nicer? If you keep this up, I'll ignore you, Daddy. Bai felt very upset inside. She clearly hadn't raised a key for a single day. Yet the little rascal still defied him for her sake. Nana also didn't want to be the cause of a quarrel between father and son. I'm sorry. It's mainly because it's raining. The nearby mountains and forests don't seem very safe. So I came here to bother you. If it's not too convenient for you, I'll go ask around the village. See if there's an empty cave I can borrow for the night. Stop. If you leave now, Huki will probably start crying right in front of me. Nana awkwardly halted her steps. Leaving wasn't right. Staying wasn't right either. Logically, she had saved his kid. And even treated his illness and saved his life. He really shouldn't be this cold towards her. Where is this hostility coming from? In the middle of their meal, there was a commotion from the direction of the cave. Nana pulled Huki to hide behind the bushes. A fox beastman wanted to borrow their last piece of fur. You know how delicate females are. No matter how many layers you put down, they still say it's not soft enough. Your household doesn't have a female. Keeping the fur is useless anyway. What makes you so sure my house doesn't have a female? Everyone knows. You were sold by the matriarch. Nana was a bit surprised. She whispered to Huki. Your father Beast was sold by the matriarch. My mother. No. That female sold me and Father Beast for just 3 animal pelts. But that female didn't sever the partner relationship. Father Beast doesn't know what she's thinking either. Nana rubbed his head, comforting the pretty sister. Would you be willing to be my mother? I've heard that although beasts are male, they can't initiate the termination of the partner contract. But there are forbidden arts and secret methods that can sever it. My father Beast is quite good looking. And he can cook too. Aside from having a somewhat weak body, his temper is a bit bad. And he speaks a bit coldly. But it's a get one free deal. As long as you get my father Beast, you'll get Little Lucky as your cub. How great is that, don't you think? Seeing Little Lucky trying so hard to promote his father Beast and himself, Nana couldn't help but laugh and said, I really like Little Lucky too. But adult matters aren't that simple. Seeing that the conversation wasn't working, the young fox was about to force his way in to snatch it. Huki was both anxious and angry, rushed out and bit his arm. Don't even think about stealing our family's things. The young fox clansman swung his fist down hard. But the next second, he was hit in the eye by a stone. You actually ambushed me secretly. Just you wait. As Nana walked out holding a slingshot, little Huki excitedly flew into her arms. Bai's mouth twitched slightly. The cub's elbow turns outward, he's taking her side. He raised him with good food and drink for so long. In the end, it couldn't compare to her single action. Nana rubbed his face and lectured. So young and already learning to play the hero like others. If I were your mother, I would punish you. Bai chimed in. He should be punished. Nana felt uneasy under his gaze. What do you mean? Does he want her to say how Huki should be punished? Huki looked at her pitifully. Beautiful sister. Is Aki going to be punished? Although Lil Huki was a bit impulsive, his original intention was to protect Father Beast. His courage is commendable. I think we can punish little Aki by making him wash the dishes. Bai glanced at Aki. Huki quickly jumped down from her arms, hugged the clumsy big pot, and went to wash it. The girl felt a bit reluctant again. Although the rain isn't heavy, it has been continuously falling. Would getting drenched like this cause a cold? To avoid getting sick, it's best to give him a hot bath. She just said it casually. Then she saw Hubai immediately put it into action. So strange. His words, as a guest, actually carry so much weight? Little Aki stood happily in the water bucket. Daddy, can you tell me about mother? Why are you suddenly asking about your mother? Little Aki secretly glanced towards the beautiful sister, with her back turned to them. I think if my mother isn't good, I want a pretty older sister to be my mother instead. Nana, who was drinking water, spat it out directly. Father Beast already has a very hard life. If she isn't good enough, Father Beast should just end the partner relationship with her. Then we can be with the pretty older sister, okay? Hubai also glanced at Nana. Do you like her that much? I like her. After bathing, Huki happily ran to her side. You're staying at our house again today, right? My being here is ultimately disturbing your life. I know. You're afraid of my father, Beast, aren't you? My father, Beast, his words are harsh, but his heart is soft. He doesn't disagree. Huki held her hand and swung it back and forth, acting coquettishly, calling, older sister, older sister. Nana was melted by the adorable baby's enthusiasm. Hubai also spoke up at this moment. It's raining outside. Besides being here, where else could you go? Nana sighed in resignation. Pretty older sister, you still don't want to stay at my house? How could that be? I am alone, drifting outside. Having a place to take me in is already very good. Hubai's eyes held confusion and incomprehension. A female like her who abandoned her husband and child, shouldn't she be lingering among the flowers, with many beast husbands? How could she be alone? And how could she be drifting outside? Then why are you worried? Standing by, Hubai also pricked up his ears. We now have 4 people. But there's only 1 animal skin and 1 bed. I'm thinking about how we're going to sleep here tonight. What's there to think about? The pretty sister sleeps on the bed. The 3 of us can just find a place to lie down anywhere. Hubai couldn't refuse to speak up either. The female sleeps on the bed. How can this be? The rain outside is so heavy. The ground is damp. The 2 little ones definitely can't take it. And your health is so poor. Perhaps the dampness of the cave is part of the reason. If you don't sleep on the bed, then don't expect your illness to get better. The few beastmen present, big and small, were all stunned. In the beast world, females are both precious and delicate. They have always been lavishly dotted on by the males, so most females only care about themselves. They rarely show concern for the males and the young ones. You 3 sleep on the bed. I'm physically strong. I'll stay by the fire all night. No, the 3 beastmen in the cave said in unison. Hubai was a bit gentler than before. Be good and listen. Sleep on the bed. Faced with these 3 pairs of determined eyes, she had to give in. The fire burned nearby. Hubai transformed into his beautiful beast form and slept to the side with the 2 little ones. She had stayed in the beast world for a year before. Apart from those old things in the beast city, how many beastmen could use fire? Hubai not only used it skillfully, still can prepare cooked food. She couldn't help but think of that white fox priest apprentice. He often smiled at her. He was a bright, cheerful, and charming male white fox. Nana, you can use fire. So amazing. When I was little, my father told me, only the great wise ones can use fire. Are you a wise one? Want to learn? I'll teach you. Then you won't just be a priest, apprentice. You'll also be a great wise one. You're willing to teach me? The firelight reflected in his eyes. Nana realized this male might like her. She was a mission taker, forcibly bound by the childbirth system. Her mission was to give birth to offspring in the beast world. In this situation, it's best not to be sentimental. But this snow-white fox in front of her intentionally drew closer. How could she not understand? Yet she still let down the defenses in her heart. Bit by bit, teaching him how to use fire, he ignited a small flame nearby. The male jumped up in fright. Look at this time. I use my foot to stamp it out. Use a branch to beat it out. And it can be extinguished. The male fox was very scared. Don't, it's too dangerous. Nana put out the fire in a few moves. Then she couldn't help but laugh at him. The male fox was truly frightened, and couldn't help but pounce and hold her. A gust of wind blew past. The flowering trees swayed one by one. Petals fell in waves. The male fox actively offered his kiss. It was courting. It is pursuing her. He wants to mate with her. Nana, who was on a mission, did not refuse him. Held his hand. Patiently taught him. The male fox's eyes were full of admiration. Learned everything she taught. In the night, within the mountain forest, he and she mated in a cave. Everything happened naturally and smoothly. Completely naturally. Female master, give me a little more time. I will soon be able to let you see my appearance and tell you my name. To facilitate her childbirth mission, the system gave her a fertility pill, but Nana accidentally lost it. So she gave birth to a fox cub 2 months after becoming pregnant. When Nana looked down at Hubai, she happened to meet his gaze. She quickly averted her eyes. Her heart thumped loudly. She didn't fall asleep until very late. The next day, Nana took Hubai's temperature as usual. I didn't sleep well last night. Thought about some things. And suddenly couldn't sleep. Do you want to catch up on some sleep then? No, after you finish your drip. I need to go out for a while. Will you come back tonight? Nana hesitated for a long moment. If you all are still willing to let me stay, I will try my best to come back. After Nana left the cave, Hubai was already at the entrance, just watching her like that, until her figure disappeared from view. Inside the wolf cave, Nana checked the recovery progress of the wolf cubs. When she tried to return the little 6th one to the mother wolf, the she-wolf, however, kicked her hind legs, refusing to nurse. The wolf king also turned his back and swished his tail. They were following the law of the jungle to allocate limited resources to the stronger cubs and abandon this weakest little 6th one. Nana couldn't bear it. She finally decided to adopt this little wolf cub. On the way back, as the wolf king escorted her, the sky suddenly broke into a heavy rainstorm. They had no choice but to find a nearby cave to take shelter. They waited from daylight until the sky dimmed to dusk, but the thunderstorm still hadn't stopped. She didn't know how much time had passed when she seemed to hear voices coming through the curtain of rain. It was Hubai and Huki. Nana rushed out of the cave. Shout, I'm here. With a whoosh, a snow-white fox carrying a little fox appeared. Only after seeing that she was safe and sound did Hubai's gaze finally calm down. The wolf king sensed a terrifying aura. He tucked his tail and retreated 2 steps. Nana hurriedly shielded the wolf king in front of her. He's my underling. He's the wild wolf I tamed. Then, the father and son transformed into human form right in front of him. Nana's face instantly turned bright red. Hurry up and put your clothes on. Little Huki put on his animal hide and immediately pounced towards the pretty older sister. We finally found you, Father Beast, and I have been looking for you for so long. How did you get here? Hubai moved closer, as if aggrieved. You promised you would come back. When the time came, you didn't return. What is that in your arms? Nana flusteredly took out a small wolf pup. Quickly explained that this wasn't her cub. This was the cub abandoned by the wolf king and his wife. So I thought I'd try raising it. Hubai sighed. Are you planning to raise it first until it grows up and then eat it? The wolf king's eyes widened in shock as he stepped back. This terrifying beastman wants to eat a wolf. Nana retorted, I'm saving it. So why are you saving a beast? I'll set it free once it can protect itself. You just want to raise a beast out of simplicity. A beast to be eaten? You're crazy, ha ha ha. Nana was uncharacteristically childish for once. I just want to raise it. The little wolf in her arms whimpered hungrily again. Nana prepared some goat milk formula and fed the little wolf. Little Aki watched curiously from the sidelines. So this is how you feed a little cub. Who buys us? Furrowed tightly again. She never even fed Huki. But now she's so patiently feeding this little beast. Why would she rather be kind to a beast's cub than spare a bit of motherly love for Aki? Noticing the gaze, Nana suddenly looked up and smiled at him. Hubai quickly turned his head away, the tips of his ears burning red. Hubai, you're so useless. Just then, little Huki's gurgling sound broke the silence. Hubai also rubbed his own belly. He looked at the Wolf King, a ready-made beast. Kill it, and we can eat. The Wolf King clamped his tail tightly. This is the little dog I tamed. A good dog cannot be eaten. The Wolf King threw aside his dignity, lay on the ground, acting cute and showing his belly. In order to protect his underlings, he pretended to take something from his clothes pocket, but actually took out ham, sausages, and chicken legs from his space. Hubai gently sniffed his previous body. There was no smell of these two foods. He has a secret, but he doesn't plan to dig deeper. Looking at the unfamiliar food in front of him, he ate it without hesitation. Little Huki awed away, while excitedly howling, "What is this? It's really delicious. The food from my hometown. Then there isn't much, right? If I eat some, does that mean sister has less? This little one is so sharp." She patted Huki's head. "It's okay." Hubai watched Nana stroking Aki's ears. His own ears twitched along. The night deepened, and Nana grew sleepier. The cave was damp and cold. Luckily, Huki was furry, making him feel a bit better. Hubai, sitting on the other side, leaped lightly to her side. Let her sleep on his belly. Snow-white fox fur wrapped around her completely. In the eastern Great Forest, two silver wolf cubs, around 5 years old, were sheltering from the rain under a large tree. Lang Shan hugged his round, rolling self. "Brother Shan, the light rainy season has arrived." Lang Shan shrank his thin, weak body and handed the last remaining food in his embrace to his younger brother. "Brother, can we still not go home? We haven't found the bad female. What home is there to return to? Where is there even a home? But I'm so hungry. And so cold. Zhao Mu, that bad female, got our father beasts thrown into the beast prison. It's been 5 years since they went in. Shouldn't we settle the score with that bad female? Make her rescue our father beasts from the beast prison? We should, but, brother, Zhao Mu is still so cold. My fur is all wet." "Shut up. Stop making noise." Zhao Mu hugged himself tightly, feeling wronged and aggrieved. The next day, upon waking, Nana stretched and walked out. Even though she had slept on the ground, she felt unexpectedly comfortable all over. Huki waved at Nana. "Pretty sister." I stepped on a very beautiful big mushroom. Nana ran over to look, but it was poisonous. Huki, frightened, quickly threw it away. The prettier the mushroom, the more poisonous it is. If handled properly, it can still be eaten. But if eaten raw without being cooked properly, then it's red umbrella, white stem. After eating, we lie down on the plank together. Huki is timid. Then we'd better not eat it. Nana decided to teach the two little ones how to find non-poisonous mushrooms. Little Shi Yang is very happy. As long as he helps the pretty older sister with work, he will get head pats and praise. At this time, Hubai brought over some dry firewood and also carried a bucket of fresh water. The gentle sunlight quietly filtered down. The tall and handsome male fox was step by step getting closer to her, almost completely overlapping with the fox priest walking towards her. Nana's heartbeat seemed to quicken a bit. Hubai lifted the water bucket in front of him. "Put it down to drink water. Wash up. Have I seen you before?" The two of them spoke almost simultaneously. "Sorry, I just suddenly thought of someone." Hubai's thin lips pressed together slightly. Will you come back with us later or not? I'll go to your house first. You haven't had your drip today yet. Unconsciously, the corner of Hubai's mouth lifted slightly. He transformed into a huge fox, carrying Nana and the little ones on his back, and went home together. After returning to the cave, little Hu Qi asked the pretty older sister and father, "Can I take little brother Yanger to play?" Hubai Jing also looked at her, waiting for her to speak. Nana was stunned. What does it have to do with her and them? After instructing the little ones to be safe, only the two of them were left in the cave, along with the little wolf cub in the corner. Nana gave a light cough to ease the awkwardness. You've already had the drip for 3 days. Yesterday, you got caught in the rain again. You might need a follow-up examination today. Use the stethoscope you mentioned and press it against my chest. Nana's ear tips suddenly turned red. This is a married man. A married man, he has a female master. I'm just auscultating. The stethoscope can hear the sounds inside your body. Only then can I determine if your condition has improved. Don't overthink it. Hubai stared intently at her slightly flushed cheeks. Seems like you're overthinking. Nana ignored him, quickly took out the stethoscope, gently pulled open Hubai's animal hide. After listening, she promptly withdrew her hand. However, Hubai grabbed her wrist again. After Fox Hubai snapped back to reality, he immediately let go and straightened his animal hide skirt, using his hair to cover his bright red ear roots. However, when the drip was halfway done, a young male rushed into the cave. Hubai, your cub has gotten into a fight with the other cubs in the village. Hearing this, Hubai directly pulled out the needle. He hesitated for a moment when he looked at Nana. After all, if he and Nana went together, Nana would be exposed to the beastmen of Stone Village. Was she willing? Who knew he would without hesitation grab her and quickly leave? Outside the cave, Huan's eyes suddenly lit up. His gaze fixed intently on Nana. Stone Village. When did they get such a beautiful female? By the small stream. Hu Qi, covered in wounds, held the little snake beastman in his arms. You, as a fox, beastman, actually brought an outsider stray beastman back to Stone Village. Truly worthy of being a motherless child. No one ever taught you. Don't associate with thewandering snake beastmen. On the sidelines, surrounding, the adult beastman added fuel to the fire. Hu Qi shelters the stray beastman. He isn't a good person either. Beat him to death. Little Shi Yang felt very sad. I will leave Stone Village now. Don't hit Brother Aki. Hu Qi protected little Shi Yang in his embrace. He saved my life. He isn't a bad beastman. He is my lifesaver. The few fox cubs completely refused to listen, surrounded Hu Qi and little Shi Yang and started beating them. Stop it. When the two of them arrived, little Shi Yang had already been twisted into a pretzel again. Many of his beautiful blue snake scales had fallen off, and little Hu Qi was covered in wounds. Hearing the noise, everyone looked over at the sound. With that one look, the entire place fell silent. Nana frantically tried to shoo everyone away. But not only were the beastmen not afraid. A 16-year-old, Huan Ian, stepped forward to profess his love. Beautiful female, would you be willing to form a partnership with me? Everyone's attention shifted entirely to Nana. I'm sorry, you're very good. And also outstanding. But I am unwilling. The beastmen were shocked. Even a 3-mark beast warrior was rejected. Just how powerful must his beast fathers be? Is it because I'm too young? I will grow up very soon. Just as he reached out to grab Nana, Hubai immediately smacked away the groping hand. She has already rejected you. Step aside, Hubai. You are a male who has a female master. You didn't agree to Huzi's pursuit. Yet here you are, protecting another female. In Stone Village, a fickle male who can't make up his mind is to be put in a pig cage. You want to fight? After dealing with Hu Qi's matter, I'll fight you. Nana quickly hugged Huki and little Shi Yan. But this drew discontent from the fox cubs. He's sheltering a stray snake. The beastman deserves a beating. That beast slave's father beast is also about to die from illness. He has neither a mother to teach him, nor a father beast to teach him. He is just a bad cub. Who taught you to speak like that? The fox cubs immediately shut their mouths in fear. After all, their mother had educated them since childhood. The more beautiful a female is, the more you must not offend her. Because behind her, there will definitely be a group of powerful males protecting her. Enough. Huki scrambled to his feet, looking disheveled. Although my mother is not here, my father taught me well. The bad ones are you. You bully the weak and oppress the vulnerable. You take advantage of your power to bully others. You are not good children. Nana's heart softened as she hugged Huki. Don't be afraid, sister believes you. Huki nodded as if he was about to cry. Soon, Huzi arrived with a group of beast husbands, kicking someone when they're down. Really? How are you raising your child? Causing trouble every day. You should join my family. I'll help you teach the child. I guarantee I'll treat him as if he were my own. I'll beat him when necessary. I guarantee Huki won't always cause trouble and stir up trouble. Feeling Huki trembling in her embrace, Nana held him tighter and comforted him. Don't be afraid. Your father isn't foolish enough to find you a stepmother like that. Following the sound, Huzi's gaze fell upon her. Who are you, Nana? What is your relationship with Huki? We are friends. Huzi looked you up and down. Not bad looking either. How many beast husbands do you have? At that moment, Hubai stepped forward, shielding Nana. What? You don't fancy me? But you've taken a liking to this female? Do you think she's better looking than me? Hubai nodded without a second thought, muttering, she is better looking than you. A lot better looking. She reached out her hand towards the small blue snake that had dropped scales on the ground. Shi Yanger hesitated for a moment, but still coiled around her wrist, although reason told him that he would bring disaster to the people around him. But to make him reject the pretty older sister was just too cruel. Then she stood up and retorted, do I need to tell you how many beast husbands I have? And what does Hubai have to do with you? Can you even control them, him and his father? Huzi couldn't refute it, but was still unwilling to accept it. Even if you are pretty and have many beast husbands, but for outsider female like you to be alone in Stone Village and still dare to provoke me, isn't that too foolish? Is that so? But it seems I'm not afraid. Hearing this, Huzi cautiously probed. One so beautiful must have many beast husbands following her. And she dares to be this arrogant and domineering even when coming to an outside village. She must have some kind of backing. Why did you come to Stone Village? Do you also want to get Hubai? Drop your condescending attitude. What's it to you anyway, outsider? The beast people watching whispered among themselves. No one had expected that Hubai, who had been sold off by his female master, would actually have such a beautiful female defending him. He could totally risk terminating the partner relationship to become this pretty female's guardian beast. However, Hubai also didn't seem inclined to explain, letting these rumors and gossip spread freely. After hearing this, Huzi angrily questioned Hubai. We grew up together. Are you really going to help this outsider deal with me? You didn't choose me. Is it because you want to choose her? Nana was stunned. Did speaking up mean she had to get herself involved like this? She frantically shook her head at Hubai in panic. Changed the subject. However, Hubai seemed as if he didn't understand. Who is family and who is an outsider? I naturally know clearly. In my choices, there has only ever been Nana. Nana anxiously lowered her voice. Can't you change your tune? The two little ones curiously peeked around. Father really likes the pretty sister. That's great. Nana hurriedly corrected them. You are a mated male. Didn't you hear what Huan said? You could be punished. Are you worried about me? I am female. My reputation isn't important. Your reputation is very important. Please, change your tune. Hu Bai's face darkened. He ignored Hu Zi. He directly grabbed those few fox kits who had beaten Hu Qi. Apologized to Hu Qi. We didn't do anything wrong. If Hu Qi hadn't shielded the stray snake, beastmen, we wouldn't have hit him. Those without a family, without a tribe, and abandoned by females are stray beastmen. But this little snake kit was adopted by someone. He is not a stray beastman. Nana nodded in agreement. This little snake beast child has been taken in by me. He is my adopted child. Little Shi Yang suddenly raised his head. Suddenly, tears began to fall. He had been wandering alone for far too long. Abandoned and driven away by people. Falsely accused. He was homeless. He had never felt what it was like to have a family. Now, he has a home. Hu Bai stared blankly at the girl. He had originally thought about adopting Shi Yang himself, but with Nana being female, Shi Yang's status would be more secure. So now, asking for an apology isn't too much, right? When meeting Hu Bai's gaze, Hu Zi suddenly felt an inexplicable sense of pressure, and didn't dare to interfere recklessly anymore. The other beast people nearby quickly changed their tune. How about the children of the Hu Li family? You should just apologize. But the fox children would rather die than apologize. After hearing this, Nana laughed and said, not apologizing? Fine, then we'll just take action directly. Hu Qi, slap him. Hu Qi didn't expect Nana to back him up. Without a second thought, he slapped back. The fox children were all scared stiff. If you hit him, you can't hit us. Hu Qi, we're sorry. Nana let Hu Qi slap them a few more times before letting go. They actually apologized. What a pity, otherwise I would have had them all slapped. The little fox children huddled together. What Father Beast said is indeed true. The prettier the female, the scarier she is. Hu Bai held Hu Qi. Nana took Shi Yang and headed towards the direction of the cave. Although the two little ones had suffered quite a few injuries, they both looked especially happy. Nana jogged to keep up. Hu Bai. What do you mean? I'm your only choice. Hu Bai, I won't stay here forever. After you finish your drip tomorrow, I will leave Stone Village. Hu Bai suddenly stopped in his tracks. You're leaving? Then what about me and Hu Qi? No, you are my patient. Hu Qi is my friend. But in the end, you belong to Stone Village. He paused mid-sentence. What does that have to do with you? She had no idea how much her words had hurt him. Hu Bai didn't wait for her and strode back to the cave. At the same time, Hu Zi ran to his mother's house. He complained that a beautiful female named Nana had appeared by Hu Bai's side, and that Hu Bai was very protective of her. If this continues, I won't be able to have Hu Bai. Hu Xin's face changed dramatically. You said that female is named Nana? What about her? I gave you 5 years, and you still couldn't win Hu Bai over. Now, it's great. His female master has returned. He definitely won't be with you. But he didn't say Nana is his female master. Hu Xin calmed down and analyzed. He must resent her for abandoning her husband and child, and even selling him into beast slavery. If Hu Bai revealed their identities as father and son, Nana leaving them behind was one thing. But what if they were sold off again, just like 5 years ago? He couldn't bear it. As she kept thinking, she suddenly let out two soft, light laughs. We still have a chance. On the other side, after Nana reinserted the 4 for Hu Bai, this male fox turned away, his head filled with a strange, sullen anger, and he refused to look at her. Nana had no choice but to leave the cave and busy herself with finding food for the day. And the moment she left the cave, Hu Bai abruptly looked toward the cave entrance. His snow-white eyes were slightly moist, as if he was about to cry from anger. Nana was completely unaware of his distress. She tended to the 2 cubs' wounds. then took them to the mountain forest to dig for wild vegetables. When Hu Li heard that her cubs had been bullied by Hu Bai and his father, she brought her 9 beast husbands to settle the score. Hu Zi, who happened to witness this, got an idea. She gave the other party a broken origin fruit left behind by her ancestors, as long as Hu Bai ate it. And she directly scratched his totem with her claws. The partner totem would be broken. The fox with ulterior motives thought this method was excellent. Why not just take possession of Hu Bai herself? She would make this beautiful male her 10th beast husband. Hu Li commanded her beast husbands, "You restrain him." Several beast warriors pressed Hu Bai against the stone wall. Hu Li took out the broken origin fruit and was about to force it into his mouth. "Anyway, your mistress doesn't want you anymore. This is the severance fruit. Eat it, and I'll help you sever the partner bond." Hu Bai's pupils contracted. "Get lost. I don't want to sever the partner bond. All of you, get lost." The 4 male beastmen could barely restrain him. Hu Li quickly took a step back. "Haven't you eaten? Can't even control an unawakened male." 9 male beastmen joined forces to suppress Hu Bai. As she approached again, Hu Bai seemed to go berserk. The next second, he and the 9 male beastmen were simultaneously thrown back. Hu Li rubbed her fat. She saw Hu Bai pick up that severance fruit. "It's precisely because Stone Village raised me that all these years I've always endured whenever possible. So why do you all have to push me?" Just as several male beastmen charged at him, he grabbed Hu Li. The 9 beast husbands didn't dare make another move. Seeing her life was at risk, Hu Li could only beg for mercy through tears. "Tell me the real culprit. This fruit was given to me by Hu Zi." Hu Bai still didn't stop. He directly gripped Hu Li and fed her the severance fruit. Soon, the beast-marked totem emerged. Hu Bai bared his sharp claws, casually slashing a few marks, then threw Hu Li aside. Several male beastmen rolled on the ground in pain. The weaker ones almost stopped breathing immediately, but Hu Bai felt no pity for this. He paid them back in their own coin. "What's wrong with that?" The fox scrambled to help her beast husbands up. "You harmed me and my beast husbands like this. Aren't you afraid you won't be able to survive in Stone Village in the future? All these years you've tried every means to torment me. To torment Hu Qi. Isn't it just because you want me to give up my dignity and pride? But except for her, no one can humiliate me. Nor do they have the right. You should be glad I didn't kill you." Hu Zi, hiding behind the tree, never expected Hu Bai to counter-kill 9 males. They actually couldn't defeat that sickly weakling. How terrifying. She quickly turned and left. When Nana and the other 2 returned fully loaded, the inside and outside of the cave were very clean. There wasn't a trace of any conflict having happened. The injection was finished. Hu Bai's mood seemed much calmer, but his expression still carried a bit of grievance. "Nana, is there anything I can do? Wash these vegetables. I'll start the fire soon and stir-fry them all." He worked as Nana instructed. After the dishes were stir-fried, little Hu Qi ate with great relish. After the pretty sister leaves, Daddy definitely won't use fire to cook for him. Clearly biased towards the pretty sister, but insists on being cold towards her. So hard to understand. At night, Nana hugged the little ones while they looked at the stars. Hu Qi was very reluctant. "Pretty sister, why do you have to leave?" He patted Hu Qi's head. "I am not from Stone Village. I must leave eventually." She needs to know why she has come to this world again. Just wanting to find an answer, Hu Qi hugged him. "Qi can't bear to let you go. Pretty sister. My father beast surely can't bear to let you go either. Can you please not leave?" Nana held the little cub. "Pretty sister can't bear to let you go either." Hu Qi took off the small beast tooth she always wore. This beast tooth was one she previously hunted together with Father Beast. "Now, give it to you." Their conversation. Hu Bai heard every single word clearly. Nana slept on the stone bed with the 2 cubs for the night. He watched from the tree branch all night, at the non-existent stars. Early the next morning, a light drizzle began to fall from the sky. Nana performed auscultation on Hubei. He gently lifted open his beast hide skirt, revealing his solid chest and 8-pack abs. The girl's mind went hazy for a moment. Suddenly felt her blood surge upwards, almost spurted a nosebleed. She tremblingly held the stethoscope. The lungs are all fine, but the final for drip still needs to be administered. Hubei obediently extended his hand, but his gaze never left her. After this bottle is finished, you will leave, right? You already know how to remove the needle, so I can leave after I insert the needle. He was stunned for a moment, eagerly set aside his pride. Do you really have to go? Must you go? Won't you consider staying? Nana smiled at him, shook her head. He withdrew his gaze, moved the hand that Nana was injecting, twitching it slightly, hoping to make her stay a little longer this way. Nana actually missed the vein, quickly pulled out the needle, smiled at him very helplessly. Hubei, don't move. He could only lean back against the headboard again. Back of his hand pressed against his forehead, trying to control his emotions. At this moment, countless ways to make her stay flashed through his mind. Yet he didn't move. It's raining today. How about leaving after the rain stops? When the light rainy season comes, it will rain frequently. Leaving early or late makes no difference. The rainy season isn't too heavy. I'm leaving now. Let's not say lengthy goodbyes. When Hubei opened his eyes, he only saw Nana's back as she disappeared into the curtain of rain. He could no longer hold back. His eyes quickly filled with tears. She took the little wolf cub with her, took Shi Yang away, but left Hubei and Hu Qi behind. The first time he was abandoned. When dawn came, he couldn't find her anywhere. He held Hu Qi and searched and searched, searched and searched until finally the village chief Hu Xin told him he had been sold for just 3 animal pelts. But Hubei couldn't understand. She had willingly become his mate. She carried Hu Qi for 2 months before giving birth. He had lived with her. Everything was clearly so perfect. Why did he wake up one day to find the child here, but her gone? Was he really that bad? In 5 years, he raised their child. He finally got to see her again. Yet her footsteps still refused to pause for him. When Hu Qi returned to the cave, he saw that Father Beast's condition wasn't quite right. The blood had started to flow back, yet he seemed completely unaware. Hu Qi hurriedly removed the needle for him. When he saw the Father Beast, he looked up to as his sky actually shedding tears. Hu Qi felt a wave of panic. Father Beast, what's wrong with you? Don't scare me. Hubei curled up. Qi, your mother, she doesn't want us anymore. Hu Qi was somewhat confused. I know, ever since I was born, she didn't want us. Father Beast, don't be sad. Hey, Qi, it's okay. She doesn't want us now either. She just left. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have been so cold to her. Father Beast, what are you talking about? The one who left today was the pretty big sister. You can't possibly mean the pretty big sister is my mother, right? Hubei fell silent, not saying a word. Wu Ji suddenly felt as if struck by a bolt from the blue. Father, answer me quickly. Is the pretty big sister my mother? So that's why Father Beast's attitude towards the pretty big sister has been so strange these past few days. Acting cold towards her on one hand, yet carefully looking after her on the other. But if she is my mother, why can't you recognize us? Why not tell her who we are? Why not ask her why she abandoned us? But Hubei seemed like he had lost his soul, completely unresponsive. Father, if you don't pull yourself together soon, I will have no mother, and you will have no female master. Do you really think I should go find her? Hu Qi's eyes were rimmed red. Father, if we don't find her today, we might never find her again in the future. Qi doesn't want to be without a mother. The rain grew heavier and heavier. Nana, riding on the Wolf King's back, wore a raincoat, Shi Yang and Zhao Lao Liu were both nestled in her embrace. Such heavy rain. To be honest, she shouldn't leave. But the longer she stayed, the harder it would be to part. There was a very strange feeling that made her unknowingly develop feelings for Hu Bai. Suddenly, the Wolf King halted, whimpering twice. Through the curtain of rain, Nana saw a figure suddenly emerge from behind a large tree. He leaned one hand against the tree, lifting his face to look at her. Nana was startled. Hu Bai, such heavy rain. What are you doing out here? Nana, I'll ask you one more time. Do you really not want me and Hu Qi anymore? Don't you have even a little bit of affection for me? What nonsense are you talking? It's impossible between us. But if there's even a little bit of liking, even a little bit is enough. Don't say such things. Hu Bai's heart felt stifled. You don't like it at all, right? He could tell her that he was the fox beastman from 5 years ago, that he was her beast husband. But what would be the use of saying it? She doesn't like it. She would still abandon him again. Even if she didn't abandon him, but keeping him out of a sense of responsibility, what meaning would that have? He was not resigned to it. He was unwilling. 7 beast marks instantly appeared on Hu Bai's face. Nana's eyes widened. He was actually the Beast King. However, in the next instant, the girl's eyes suddenly became dazed. A very strange change occurred in her heart. She felt that she loved Hu Bai so much. She could even die for Hu Bai. She walked towards him step by step. But very soon, Hu Bai's beast marks disappeared. He covered his face. His whole body trembled. He had actually used his supernatural ability on her in such a despicable way. Then, collapsed and turned to run away. The weather during those days was somewhat similar to now. The light rainy season had just ended. Nana mistakenly intruded into the place where priest apprentice Hu Bai was dancing. Which village are you from? How did a female come here? I'm sorry. I accidentally intruded. I didn't mean to disturb you. It's okay. The male fox beastman was still dancing. But Nana started here to live her days unhurriedly. Finally made the dancing Hu Bai next door cry with greed. Can I have a taste? Nana generously shared the food with him, and secretly thought, after eating my food, you have to become my beast husband. Their feelings developed naturally. She didn't even know what about her moved him. But this fox male was just captivated by her. He fully revealed himself to her, would dance close to her, and sometimes almost fell into her embrace. Later, Hu Bai actively courted her. Nana agreed. Afterwards, Hu Bai went out hunting excitedly, and came back carrying a large prey, 3 meters tall. At that time, his face wore a pure smile, and the rhythm was sacred. I must hunt abundant offerings to dedicate to the beast god, so the beast god will bless us. Later that night, he kept asking if she was nervous, but he himself was trembling slightly with nervousness the entire time. Female master, in a little while, I can tell you who I am, and let you know what I look like. A long segment of memories flashed through Nana's mind. But finally, this memory suddenly changed. The young fox beastman's brows and eyes lifted with a smile. My name is Hu Bai. The fox totem of the priest apprentice completely faded away. The young priest apprentice from the past actually overlapped with Hu Bai in this moment. Nana suddenly snapped back to reality because Shi Yang bit his arm. Seeing Nana awake, Zhao Yang quickly licked her wound. Beautiful sister, are you okay? You were so scary just now. Nana patted Zhao Yanger's head as if praising her. I'm fine, just now. Hu Bai seemed to have used some kind of special ability on her, making her hopelessly fall in love with him. She also seemed to see things he really wanted her to know. Hu Bai is that priest apprentice, is her beast husband. Heavy rain poured down. She rushed towards Hu Bai's cave. But when Hu Bai returned to the cave, Aki's figure was nowhere to be seen. He rubbed the traces left behind with his fingers, suddenly realizing the child had been kidnapped. In a secluded cave deep within the forest, Hu Qi was tied to an ancient formation. Hu Zi showed reluctance. He's only 5 years old. We have no other choice left. The only possibility to change the current situation of Stone Village now is the bloodline of Hu Bai's lineage. Over 20 years ago, she lost to Hu Bai's mother. Now, her daughter actually lost to an outsider female. Hu Xin's terrifying gaze swept over Hu Qi, then landed on her most satisfactory grandson, Hu Lai. The sky lit up with lightning and thunder. Nana felt an inexplicable panic in her heart. She patted the Wolf King. I might need more help from your tribe to find someone. Then the Wolf King lifted his head and howled. Responses from wolves came from all directions in the mountain forest. Nana took out the beast tooth that Hu Qi had given her from her body. Let the wolf pack smell it. Hu Zi's heart, liver, and gallbladder trembled upon hearing the wolf howls. It's just the howling of wild beasts. What is there to be afraid of? Hu Xin stepped forward to inspect the ancient forbidden array. On the array was Hu Qi, fixed to a cross by tree vines, and on the other side was the high-level bloodline, Awakener, Hu Lai. Once the formation was checked and found to be fine, Hu Xin began to activate the array. With the chanting, the evil array began to emit a red bloody aura. Hu Qi immediately felt as if his entire body was being pierced by thousands of needles, causing extreme pain. He cried out in agony. Then, Hu Xin forcibly awakened his ancient bloodline. Wrinkles emerged one after another. It truly is the ancient bloodline. Hu Lai held his breath. A feeling of jealousy spread in his heart, awakening directly as a six-striped beast, general. What an incredibly bloodline. And it will be his bloodline. Hu Qi's frail body could not withstand this powerful force. Muscles and meridians were in chaos. He wailed in pain, deliberately woken against his will, and his bloodline torn apart. Hu Qi will be crippled today. And he, Hu Lai, will inherit his talent, becoming the Fox clan's new possessor of the ancient bloodline. Hu Xin's chanting began to change. Now begins the transfer of the bloodline. The intense pain made Hu Qi almost unable to breathe. Life and bloodline are draining away madly. Hu Lai's 3 beast marks are rapidly advancing towards 4 marks. The ancient bloodline is indeed defying the heavens. Hu Zi fearfully asks her mother, "We're stealing Hu Qi's ancient bloodline like this. Is it really okay? Won't the beast god punish us?" You understand nothing. As long as Lear can obtain the ancient bloodline, what does it matter if I suffer some punishment? Suddenly, lightning flashes and thunder rumbles. The cave shakes violently. The beast husbands, immediately scared shitless. We're plagiarizing the bloodline. Is the beast god sending down thunder to punish us? Wolf howls rise one after another. Hu Xin orders Hu Zi to take the males to drive away the wolf pack. Others protect the formation for him. Hu Qi twitched in pain. Yet he seemed to sense something. He looked up towards the cave entrance. Has someone come? Is it father or mother? When Nana saw the situation inside the cave, her eyes practically turned red. Her heart felt as if being sliced by a knife. How could she not know? It was she who had entrusted Hu Bai and his son to Hu Xin. It was she who had given supplies to Hu Xin. She had asked this village chief to look after Hu Bai and his son. Everything fell into place. Nana was completely certain Hu Bai was her beast husband. Hu Qi was also her child, and the one who caused her family to suffer such hardship was the culprit right before her eyes. The village chief of Stone Village, Hu Xin. Nana took out a signal flare from her space, bit open the tip, and launched it. The bright red signal flare exploded in the air. Hu Bai, our child is being persecuted. Come quickly. Nana threw several spring thunder gunpowder explosives, startling the beast men inside the cave. Then, unable to wait for Hu Bai, she charged into the cave alone. Perhaps it was the bond of blood. The moment Nana stepped in, The little white fox. The beast man raised his head in a wretched state. Blood moistened his eyes. Mother? This was the first time Nana physically felt the taste of heartache. This was her child. Nana's eyes were rimmed red. Her expression was frighteningly calm. She threw the large handful of spring thunder explosives in her hand towards Hu Xin's direction. With a loud bang, Hu Xin was blown to the ground. The beastman immediately helped her up, only to see both feet mangled and bloody. After the priestess stopped chanting and guiding, the blood seemed to begin rejecting Hu Lai's superior bloodline. It began scrambling to return to Hu Qi's body. Hu Xin roared furiously, "It's you again! It's you again, ruining my plans." 5 years ago, because of Nana's sudden appearance, her arrangements were disrupted. Hu Bai, actually, formed a bond and had children with an outsider female. And now, 5 years later, Nana appeared again. The family bloodline that was clearly within reach actually returned to Hu Qi's body. Mother, seeing Hu Qi's tears, Nana's emotions could no longer be suppressed. She glanced at the ritual array damaged by the spring thunder, and disregarding everything else, stepped into the array, tore off the vines, held the blood-covered Hu Qi in her arms. All the lost bloodline had returned. However, his beast marks had also disappeared. Although she didn't know the exact situation, her heart ached unbearably. You're too late. So what if it's an ancient bloodline? He's completely useless now. I didn't win, but you didn't win either. Ha ha ha. Hu Qi transformed into a small white fox form. His little paws feebly scrabbled at Nana. Nana's heart aching, she gently stroked him with her hand, carefully examining the heart and all internal organs. Very weak, but the little heart is quite strong. The situation is better than it appears on the surface. Qi, don't be afraid. It's okay. Although she has given birth to a child, Nana retracted the tears in her eyes. You deserve to die. However, just as she was about to rush out and violently beat Hu Xin, the formation under her feet lit up again. It turns out 2 formations were laid here. 1 awakening formation, 1 bloodline transfer formation. Although the outer bloodline transfer formation was destroyed by the explosion, but the inner bloodline awakening formation can still be used normally. Nana suddenly felt pain all over her body as if being skinned and bones dismantled. Her neck was covered with dense red lines. Hu Qi didn't care about herself. What's wrong with you? Mother, you actually have bloodline too. In the beast world, females with bloodlines are not too many. Alright, I'll give you a hand to force your awakening, as long as your bloodline is also ruined. This time, I will have avenged myself. Hu Qi weakly begged the village chief for mercy. You can do anything to me, but don't harm my mother. Please spare my mother. Nana endured the pain, trying to carry Hu Qi out of the formation. But after much effort, she only moved a little. It hurt. It really fucking hurts. Was little Qi in this much pain just now? They even harm a 5-year-old child. These people all deserve to die. Thinking of this, she suddenly arrived in a pure white space, murmuring, "Welcome to the world of the gods. Who are you?" I am the beast god of this world. Time is limited. To make a long story short, what's more important now is to immediately awaken the bloodline. You are a descendant of Huaxia, possessing the most ancient bloodline. You are a descendant of Yan and Huang. You are the offspring of Anhua. You have awakened the ultra-ancient human ability. Moon summons starlight. After awakening, you are the moon. Your beast husband is the star. When you and your beast husband are very close, a resonant echo will occur between you. You will transform into his species, while also possessing that species' abilities. But you need to be within a certain distance to activate the ability. And after the resonance is broken, you will revert to a human within 15 minutes. Although I really want to keep talking to you, we truly don't have much time left. Nana was just about to ask why she had returned to the beast world again, but only heard some echoes from the void. Consciousness gradually returned. Aki cried even harder. It's all because of me. I harmed Mother. I'm fine. Mother is using this bad female's formation to awaken. Aki, don't be afraid. Hu Xin laughed maniacally. Your child to die. I want you to die. Another thunderclap exploded. A gaunt, emaciated male, yet with a tall and straight figure, was seen standing at the cave entrance. Nana's signal flare ultimately caught his attention, luring Hu Bai over. Hu Qi struggled to reach out a hand towards father. Don't come over. Upon seeing the mother and child covered in wounds, his entire beastly nature exploded. A flash of light passed. A ferocious expression appeared on the male's face. The mark of the seven-striped beast king manifested. Seeing this, everyone was terrified by this aura. They formed a circle. A white light pierced through Hu Bai. Grabbing Hu Xin, he slammed her into the cave wall. But even with the combined strength of all the beast husbands, it was as useless as decoration before him. You hurt my child. You deserve to die. Hu Xin's face changed. So you awakened long ago. But you were born physically weak, and simply couldn't bear such power. So you didn't dare use it. Using it would mean mutual destruction. A wave of pity rose in Hu Xin's eyes. If Stone Village had a seven-striped fox king, how would the neighboring village dare to bully them? They could even dominate the nearby forest region. Perhaps Hu Bai could have become a lord ruling over an area. If she had known earlier that Hu Bai was the fox king, she wouldn't have dared to entertain these thoughts. Naturally, she would have enshrined Hu Bai. But now, it's too late. Everything is too late. One of you was forcibly awakened. The other clearly couldn't use the power, but used it anyway. Even if you are favored by heaven, so what? You will die. Today, your entire family will be buried with us. Hu Qi let out a hoarse, mournful cry. Daddy, Daddy, Aki doesn't cry. Nana held Hu Qi tighter. Father, Beast and Mother are both here. Are you still in pain now? Hu Qi shook his head. It doesn't hurt, Mother. Aki really doesn't hurt. Nana held little Hu Qi and walked towards Hu Bai. Seeing him walking towards her, Hu Bai suddenly shrank back. She doesn't like him. He shouldn't have appeared in front of her again. Why did you run away earlier? Later, I have something to ask you. Ask what? You already know something, right? So are you going to abandon me again? Hu Bai averted his gaze, no longer continued to look at her. But his heart felt as if it were being twisted, uncomfortable, muttering helplessly. I didn't say I was going to abandon you either. Fox Beast husband is so troublesome. Okay, let's deal with the matter at hand first. After we finish dealing with them, we will have a good talk. As a woman, one must be generous and tolerate the little pampered husband at home. Then, with a cold face, he spoke. If I want to kill them, do you have any objections? As you wish. After saying this, he disdainfully looked at the group of fox tribesmen. Snow-white pupils made these tribesmen completely unable to look away. Fo Fox King Sama. Hu Xin suddenly closed her eyes and shouted. Don't look at his eyes. The boundless, ancient supernatural ability is the gaze of sinking and obsession. If you look into his eyes, you will all uncontrollably fall in love with him and be controlled by him. She faintly felt that Hu Bai using this move comes at a great cost. It's like burning through life. Hu Bai, I can fight them. You stopped, but received no response. She turned around and stood right in front of Hu Bai. The Fox King slightly lowered his gaze and looked again at the group of ants before him. The foxes deeply in love with the Fox King lost their minds. Lord Fox King, we are your loyal slaves, absolutely loyal to any of your demands, then die. As the words fell, several male beastmen without hesitation bared their claws, slit their own throats. and died on the spot. In an instant, the male beastmen were nearly wiped out. Only the 10-year-old, 4-mark beast General Hu Lai remained on the scene, along with Hu Xin and Hu Zi, who had already closed their eyes. Still alive, Hu Xin completely broke down. Hu Bai, you actually used the Fox tribe's special ability to kill your own clansmen. You are a sinner of the Fox tribe. I kindly let you witness the process of all your clansmen dying. Hu Xin, are you thanking me? Hu Bai, you deserve to die. I should have killed you long ago. Don't worry, you'll soon go to join them. Just as Hu Bai was about to exert force, Hu Lai nearby fiercely attacked him. Don't you dare hurt my grandmother. Hu Bai had no choice but to loosen his grip and took a step back. But the after effects of forcibly using the bloodline power emerged. The beast marks on his face suddenly all disappeared. He coughed violently, spitting out a large mouthful of blood. Nana was startled. She immediately leaped to his side, gently stroking his back. How are you doing? Are you okay? She was just about to check his pulse. Hu Lai's sharp claws attacked swiftly. The combat power of a 4-striped beast general was extraordinary. A white figure flashed before her eyes. A male fox beastman actually blocked the attack in front of her. The sharp claws pierced through his belly. Hu Bai's body was ultimately not in good condition. Even though his strength was powerful, he couldn't even withstand the attack of a 4-striped beast general. He spat out another large mouthful of blood. The girl caught him. Hu Bai, how are you doing? Are you going to die? Dying might be good. If I die, I won't be abandoned by her again. But he hadn't dealt with Hu Xin and the others yet. Female master, a key. Hu Xin burst into loud laughter. You are a male from Stone Village. You should live for Stone Village. And Hu Qi, you two, go to hell with your bullshit. Nana was furious. She swiftly tied a tourniquet on Hu Bai. You've done enough. Rest well for now. Leave the rest to me. After such a long time, she had gradually adapted to becoming a fox beastman. She pulled out a fruit knife and stood in front of Hu Bai and Hu Qi. Kill Nana and Hu Bai. The ancient bloodline will belong only to you. Hu Lai nodded toward Grandma. Nana picked up the fruit knife and started running. He slashed towards Hu Lai. Hu Lai immediately extended his sharp claws to block. She found herself and the 4-striped beast were actually able to fight evenly matched. Hu Lai was also very surprised. You are a female. How can you be so strong? Nana's eyes suddenly turned fierce. She kicked over. Hu Lai blocked. However, the force in her foot was too great. Instantly, he was kicked and slammed into the stone wall. Nana was enjoying the fight. She wasn't yet skilled at using her hands and claws. So she kicked again. You stole the bloodline of my cub, a key. You are very vicious. This guy really deserves to die. Hu Zi screamed and begged. Don't hurt my cub. So you also know how heart-wrenching it is to see your cub injured? Then how dare you hurt my Hu Qi like this? She increased the pressure under her foot. Hu Lai immediately started bleeding from all 7 orifices. Hu Zi and Hu Xin screamed simultaneously. What are you screaming for? He's not dead yet. Nana stepped on Hu Lai's head with one foot. She raised her hand and whistled. Whoosh! A pack of wolves rushed in from outside. Little brothers, bite them to death for me. Hu Xin screamed and ran. Although she was only a priestess, her actual combat ability was very poor. She was quickly bitten on the neck by the Wolf King. Hu Xin died just like that. Hu Zi's eyes widened. And Hu Lai, upon seeing Grandma die that moment, also scared silly. She stepped on Hu Lai with one foot and pressed Hu Zi in front of Hu Bai with one hand. Hu Zi knelt in fear, begging for mercy. Nana, I was wrong. Please, I beg you, spare the 2 of us, mother and child. It wasn't our fault. It was my mother. It was her who made us do it. We were all forced. Nana sneered coldly. Speaking of bullying, iced husband and child. All these years. You take the top credit. Nana pressed Hu Zi onto the ground. Huzi was so scared, she raised both hands. I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. I beg you to forgive me. Look, how about this? Tell me what exactly happened 5 years ago. After you sent Hubai and Huki back to Stone Village, you had to leave because of an urgent matter. You couldn't bear to say goodbye to Hubai and his son. So you gave the supplies to my mother. Asked my mother to take good care of them, Father Anson. But my mother, because she wanted to obtain the ancient bloodline of Hubai and his son, told a small lie, said that you had abandoned them, and even sold them. I've told you everything. Please, I beg you, let me go. Hubai suddenly looked up. So that's how it was. She had to leave temporarily. She had never abandoned them, never sold them. So that's how it was. Little Huki's eyes lit up. He was right all along. Mother is so good. I would never sell Father Beast. The Hu Xin and Hu Zi family, how could they be so utterly devoid of conscience to such an extent? Spare you? Your mother and your beast husband are both dead. Won't you go keep them company? Oh no, they are them. I am me, they can all die. I am a precious female. Nana, I didn't want this. All these things were done by my mother. It wasn't me. Nana found it quite meaningless. Your mother dares to take all the blame and retribution upon herself. And you, who clearly did everything, dare to act but not take responsibility. Both incompetent and useless. And also you, who lie, just mumbling to a 10-year-old child. Don't tell me you also think that you were forced to bear the ancient bloodline. So you are also innocent? Hu Xin was truly unlucky to exhaust all efforts helping such two things. But you two are not just accomplices. You are also executioners. And you know too many secrets you shouldn't know. So there's no other way. You all have to die. Nana exerted force with her hand. Huzi's neck snapped instantly. Seeing this, Hu Lai struggled fiercely and fought back. He reacted, immediately using force with his foot. Hu Lai also died on the spot. Hu Bai, pressing his wound, weakly and slowly got up. She, on the other hand, was nearby washing her hands with alcohol. Then she came to Hu Bai's side. Don't move. I need to stop your bleeding and suture the wound. Hu Bai coughed lightly twice. Useless? It won't be useless. This is just an external injury. And I am capable of treating it. Hu Bai curved a smile towards her. Female Master Hu Bai, you should conserve your strength first. Don't speak for now. In the future, please don't abandon me again, okay? I won't abandon you. I'll take you with me wherever I go. The male fox beastman's hand fell down, closed his eyes. The corners of his lips were slightly upturned. Nana hurriedly performed the suturing surgery. It's all right, Hu Bai. Hang on, I can save you. As she spoke, tears dripped down pit-a-pat. She had no hands to wipe her tears. Hu Qi, with trembling hands, wiped her tears for her. Finally, after the suturing was completed, Nana immediately went Takik Hu Bai's breathing. Actually, she knew. The injury that was going to take Hu Bai's life wasn't from Hu Lai's move, but rather the price paid for using the bloodline power twice in a row. Little Hu Qi knelt on the ground. Mother, father is about to die. He possessed the Fox clan's heaven-defying ancient bloodline. At the age of 10, he awakened and became a 6-tattoo beast general, and simultaneously awakened the supernatural ability, Gaze of Sinking. But his body couldn't withstand his power, so he never dared to reveal it. Even though he didn't use the activated ancient bloodline, it was still spontaneously cultivating. Therefore, at the age of 18, he advanced to a 7-tattoo beast king. His physical body simply couldn't bear the ancient bloodline. He never dared to use his ability. Today, he used it twice in a row. The body has already collapsed. Life is fading away. Nana quickly grabbed his wrist, checked his pulse. then immediately took out a stethoscope to listen to the sounds inside his body. The situation is very bad. Nana immediately pressed on his heart, attempting CPR. Is it not working? Is this it? Is it really not working? No, it seems she must have overlooked something. What is it? That's right. Hu Xin is meticulous. Arranged such a big scene. There must still be a backup plan. A key. You go and feel around Hu Xin's corpse. See if there's anything. After saying this, Nana felt that having a 5-year-old child touch a corpse was too inappropriate. Just as she was about to go herself, she saw Hu Qi run over to Hu Xin. Mother, what do you want me to feel for? Nana was truly shocked for a moment. A 5-year-old child matures early. For the sake of his father and mother, he could actually overcome the psychological barrier to touch a corpse. When she looked up at Hu Qi with apology, she saw little Hu Qi like a little man, looking firmly at her. How did Hu Bai raise him? To raise a 5-year-old child to be so strong? Look for something. See if there's anything on her body. Something like a book or anything will do. Sure enough, Hu Qi really felt around Hu Xin's chest and pulled out a few wooden boards. It was covered with pictograms. She couldn't understand. Hu Qi recognized most of them. He read them out as he recognized them. He suddenly discovered there was a third array. It was the ancient bloodline stabilizing array, an array specifically targeting the ancient bloodline of the Fox tribe. Hu Xin must have known about the problem with the Fox tribe's ancient bloodline long ago. So she had prepared the array early on, as long as Hu Lai succeeded in obtaining it and awakened the ancient bloodline. Hu Xin would place Hu Lai within the stabilizing array to rest and recuperate. Excitement finally appeared on Nana's face. She immediately picked up a branch and began drawing the array on the ground. Then she hugged Hu Bai from behind. Hu Qi held onto Hu Bai's legs. Together, the two of them placed Hu Bai inside the array. When it came to the incantation part, Nana could only try everything she could, however desperate. A key recited it once first. Then she would try. The hastily drawn array actually began to operate. Green points of light gathered towards Hu Bai, gradually merging with Hu Bai into one. Hu Qi assumed a praying posture. Oh, beast, God, please bless my father and my female mother. A key, begging you, couldn't help from the side. Shi Yang, filled with guilt, also closed his eyes, lowered his head, hissing faintly with his tongue, and prayed. Nana recited it over and over, reciting until she was exhausted, and her mouth was parched. At that moment, Hu Bai sat up. He turned his head to the side, looking at the mother and son duo showing surprise at the side. A key, your father beast. He woke up and she checked Hu Bai's body again. His body was still weak, but it seemed he was no longer in danger of losing his life. Hu Bai inadvertently caught sight of the tail behind Nana, fluffy, wagging very cheerfully. The little female is a fox beastman. I clearly remember it wasn't like that before. Hu Qi rushed over and hugged him. Daddy, you scared a key to death. Really scared a key to death. Hu Bai lowered his head and touched the totem beneath him. He also saw it. Nana rushed over to pick up the wooden plaque that had fallen on the ground. This is a third-level priest array. He was actually able to activate the priest array. Could it be that he is also a priest? Hu Bai cleared all the distracting thoughts from his mind. Now, having survived a disaster, there was no time to think about these things. The male lowered his head. His eyes were full of tenderness. Nana picked up the wooden board and handed it to him. She was a bit flustered. I don't know how to read. Who had been chanting blindly along with the key, took the wooden board. He lowered his head to study the ancient wooden board in his hand. A key recited it correctly. It really is the ancient bloodline stabilization array. But a few of Aki's array chant pronunciations were wrong. Not only did Nana not understand, Hu Bai felt even more puzzled. Nana had never received any priestly training, yet she drew such a perfect array. She had never chanted before. And the chant was incorrect. He actually managed to activate the formation. Is she a sacrificial genius? That's great. Aki was also forced to awaken his bloodline. Can he also enter this formation to stabilize it? No need. Aki's awakening was not successful. Aki's bloodline was forcibly awakened by the formation. But the ancient bloodline isn't that easily awakened. What you saw before was just a momentary illusion that appeared in the formation. Aki is still young. His body and abilities haven't yet reached the level to awaken the bloodline. There's no hurry for now. Nana understood. Does that forced bloodline awakening formation have any effect on Huki? Forced awakening is very painful. But there aren't many other issues. He can recover with proper recuperation. Nana gently patted little Huki, full of concern. Aki, I'll give you good food and drinks to help you recover your body. Huki gave Hubai and Nana a bright smile. She suddenly felt sweetness in her heart. Although it still feels a bit unfamiliar now. The feeling is unexpectedly very good. It's the cub she gave birth to. So cute. She smiled back at Huki with curved eyebrows, then pointed at the wooden board. Take a look at the description on this board. With this formation in the future, will your bloodline problem be resolved? Hubai shook his head. This is a stabilization formation. It is indeed useful to me. But only after using the bloodline ability. It has a calming effect. But it doesn't solve the fundamental problem. Nana inspected Hushin's body once more, making sure nothing was missed, then processed the scene, and left the place. Before leaving, she set the inside of the cave on fire, burning it clean. The rain poured down, outside the cave. Not far away. The Wolf King and his underlings waited excitedly. Nana patted the Wolf King's head. Thank you so much today. Without you, we wouldn't have found a key. Nana patted the Wolf King's head. 3 spirit words. Hubai's eyebrows raised. Huki also tugged at Nana's hand and said, Mother, our home's terrain is the lowest in Stone Village. Whenever it rains, it easily gets flooded. Once it's flooded, Father Beast would take me up the mountain to find a place to hide from the flood. You've really worked hard all these years. Not far away, they found a clean, unnowned cave. After finding a few dry logs, they started a fire, not avoiding Hubai anymore. She took out a bed of cotton wadding from her space and spread it over the rock. The girl also found an iron pot. Then, using water, she started boiling it over the firewood. Hubai's gaze followed Nana without letting go. Now cleaned up, she still had steam rising from her body. Wearing that coral fleece nightgown, she walked up to Hubai. Hubai felt his heartbeat slightly quicken. A faint blush rose on his pale face. She's so beautiful, so gentle. She truly made him happy. Even just looking at her like this made his heart feel full. Mistress, sorry. Originally, these tasks should all be done by me. Nana let out a small snicker. You have an injury on your abdomen. Can you wash yourself? Do you need my help? Hubai's expression paused. His ears turned red. His heart raced wildly. He tried hard to stay calm. But his words became a bit hesitant and stammering. This is just a minor injury. Of course, I can. While Hubai was bathing, Nana fed the little wolf pup. She also gave Shiyang and Huki some convenient food as well. Seeing a beastly wolf pup occupying the prime spot on Mother, little Huki was displeased. After Mother finished feeding with the syringe the little wolf pup, he immediately placed the little wolf pup on the bedding to the side, then transformed into a little white fox himself, curling up in the most comfortable spot in Nana's arms. The little one's small paws gently tugged at Mother's soft little nightgown, lifted his little head and gently nuzzled against Nana's chest. His fluffy tail also gently swished against Mother. Nana was utterly charmed. Holding the little fox cub, she wildly stroked and fiercely kissed him. When Hu Bai came out wrapped in the animal skin skirt, he handed her the instant noodles cooked in the fire. "It's edible," and confessed to her that he had a space to store things. That's why she would see him often, conjure things out. The space isn't very big. It's not inexhaustible, so he only stored emergency supplies. Hu Bai was somewhat surprised. He was explaining his own matters to her. Was this trusting her? "It's right for you to have your own secrets, even if you don't tell me. I won't be angry, but you told me. I'm very happy." Hu Bai had suffered before from not speaking up. Now, he understood that when communicating with the female master, he should timely express his own thoughts and emotions. Hu Bai and Hu Qi slept in the bedding. Little Shi Yang and the little wolf pup curled up in the corner of the bedding, and Nana slept in the sleeping bag on the other side of the fire. Bai, Yu looked at him. "Dead pig, are you asleep?" Nana turned over in the sleeping bag. "The little ones are all asleep. Sorry. Before, I couldn't distinguish the truth and misunderstood your attitude during these days in Stone Village. It's okay, it's fine. I was also at fault." Hu Bai was somewhat nervous. After a long time, he mustered the courage to ask again. "Then, do you like me even a little bit?" His heart was uneasy. However, all he got in response was Nana's breathing. The next day, the floodwaters receded. Nana brought the whole family back to the cave. Inside the cave, sure enough, everything was muddy after being submerged by the flood. Seeing this made Nana frown directly. "This cave is too dangerous. Anyway, you weren't happy living in Stone Village either. Then why don't you come with me?" Nana was afraid they would refuse, and quickly explained. "Although I also have no fixed place to live now. I'm not even very sure what I need to do right now, what things there are for me to do. But I will work hard to take good care of you all, and shoulder the responsibilities of being a female." Hu Bai laughed out loud. Hu Qi also couldn't hold back a laugh. The little one's eyes sparkled. "Of course, that's good. These days, Aki has been so happy. Wherever mother goes, Aki will go. I just beg mother not to abandon Aki again." Nana rubbed little Aki's head. "Hu Qi is so good. Mother won't abandon you." Nana held the wooden bucket. When the fox beastman finished washing and sun-drying the beast hide skirts and brought them back, she saw Hu Bai staring at her with a sour look. She couldn't hold back a laugh and tapped his tall, straight nose. "What's wrong? You're not jealous, are you? I exchanged black medicine for their labor. It's an equivalent exchange. This can make things easier for all of us. I have no particular feelings towards them." Hu Bai shook his head. "I just feel like these things should all be done by me. You should rest. Wait until your body is better. I won't stand on ceremony with you." In just a few days, Hu Bai was able to go out hunting and take on the household chores. And after Hu Bai's body got better, she started doing. "I want to drink water. Drink hot water. I want to eat grunt beast. I don't want to move. Carry me on your back and take me out for a stroll, will you?" Hu Bai just smiled and carried him, wandering around in the forest. "Hu Bai, my shoulders are so sore." As time went on, Nana trusted Hu Bai more and more, and even told him about her ability to channel moonlight and starlight. When night came, they would go deep into the forest together to train. "Female master, you step back first. Let's measure." "What?" "The maximum distance you can activate your ability is." Nana, swaying her snow-white ears and tail, stepped back. When she flew to about 50 meters away, she suddenly felt a sense of stagnation. Hu Bai also memorized this distance, memorized the limitation of Nana's ability. Whoosh! The male fox beastman instantly appeared in front of Nana. The tall male approached. Nana was stunned for a moment before quickly stepping back. "Your vigilance is too poor. Your reaction speed is also slow. An enemy could easily succeed if they got close to you. Nana wagged her big tail behind her, acting coquettishly. I'm a doctor. We don't usually fight. Then from now on, you'll have to get used to combat. You'll spar with me. This is the only way to train. But how could I possibly beat you? Even though he's physically weak, he's still a genuine fox king. Hu Bai took a step back. I'll let you have both hands. Nana immediately nodded. When the time comes, winning against Hu Bai and brutally dominating my husband will feel so good. Haha, but imagination is beautiful. When it came to actual practice, she couldn't keep up with Hu Bai's speed at all. She couldn't even touch the animal pelt he wore. Nana's confidence was completely shattered. She was utterly defeated. Exhausted, she simply leaned into Hu Bai's embrace and fell asleep. Hu Bai gently nuzzled the little female nestled in his arms. He steadily carried her back to the cave, and gently laid her on the stone bed inside the cave. During this time, Stone Village was in some disarray. The families of Hu Zi and Hu Xin still hadn't returned. The beastmen collectively decided to go up the mountain together to search for them. Nana watched these people busily rushing about. But she knew very well they wouldn't be found. Just before leaving Stone Village, Hu Bai went to bid a final farewell to an uncle. Shang Shu's life was very hard. He had a child, but the child was born with an intellectual disability. Shang Shu painstakingly raised him all by himself. But one winter, Shang Shu went out with the hunting team to hunt. And when he returned, he couldn't find his child anymore. When it was found, it was discovered that the cub had already fallen off the cliff and died. There used to be this master. Later, there was no more. Arriving at Shang Shu's cave, Hu Bai placed the meat on the stone bench next to Shang Shu. I came to see you. When Shang Shu raised his head and saw Hu Bai, those unfocused eyes slowly began to focus. Hu Bai, you're here. However, when he turned his head and saw Nana, the male fox beastman's eyes slightly narrowed. You brought a female with you. She is my female master, Nana. That gaze lingered on Nana for a long time. Then he finally stood up and let the two sit down. Congratulations to you. I would like to speak with your female master alone for a while. Do you think that's all right? Hu Bai was somewhat puzzled. I also want to talk with him for a while. Hu Bai hesitated for a moment, then walked away. Nana, you are not a beastman of the beast, master. You are a transmigrator, right?